One of the most ambitious franchises in football was hiding a strategy that could either build a dynasty or destroy a legacy right here in the City of Angels. Inside the building, the tension is real because the moves being made behind closed doors aren't just about winning now. They are about a massive gamble that could change our offensive identity forever. If you want to stay ahead of every major update and secret move this front office makes, you need to subscribe to the channel right now. We are breaking down the biggest bombshells in Los Angeles today. John McVay is facing some heavy heat right now, after reports suggest that passing on a blockbuster deal for a superstar wide receiver might be the biggest tactical blunder of his career. People are talking all over the Southland about how missing out on DAVANTE Adams wasn't just a minor oversight, but a critical strategic error that could haunt this offense for years. Think about the way this team operates. We thrive on elite playmakers who can take the lid off a defense. And letting a talent like that slip through our fingers feels like a punch to the gut for the Ramley. This kid has been the gold standard at the position, and the chance to pair him with our existing weapons was a dream scenario that apparently turned into a missed opportunity. Inside the building, there are whispers that this decision reflects a shift in philosophy that might not align with the win-now window we have open. It is a risky game to play when you have a veteran quarterback and a roster built for a deep playoff run. Every time we see a highlight of that standout receiver making plays elsewhere, the pressure on the coaching staff is going to intensify. The logic behind the scenes was supposedly about long-term sustainability, but in this league, you strike while the iron is hot. Some analysts are saying this was the moment to go all in, yet we stood pat while a rival got stronger. It creates a narrative of hesitation that we haven't seen from this front office in the past. This prospect of missing out on such a generational talent leaves a void that isn't easily filled by depth pieces or scheme alone. We are talking about a guy who changes how coordinators have to defend the entire field. The fallout from this could be massive if the offense stutters during the stretch run. If we find ourselves one playmaker short in January, everyone will look back at this exact moment as the turning point where the plan went off the rails. It is the kind of move casual fans don't understand, but it defines championships. And here's the scary part. The competition is only getting tougher while we gamble on our current rotation. But what the Rams are planning to do next in the upcoming draft is where things get really interesting. If you think McVay made a huge mistake by not pulling the trigger on this trade, smash that like button and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Do we need more stars, or are you riding with the current squad? Tell me now. DAVANTE Adams would have been the ultimate cheat code for this system, providing a technical level of play that simply does not exist on most NFL rosters. When you look at the advantage this standout brings to the table, it is about more than just catches. It is about the gravitational pull he has on safeties and the space he creates for everyone else. This player is widely considered the best route runner in the game, and his addition would have elevated the technical floor of the entire unit to a legendary status. The competitive advantage would have been astronomical, especially in the red zone where his precision and veteran savvy are unmatched. Imagine the look on defensive coordinators' faces trying to double-team our stars, while this kid is isolated on the perimeter. It would have forced teams to play us straight up, and that is a battle we win 10 times out of 10. The analysis coming out of the facility suggests that while the front office hesitated, the technical staff knew exactly how much easier life would be with a weapon of this caliber. This prospect of an elite connection between our veteran QB and a future Hall of Fame receiver was the missing piece to a Super Bowl puzzle. It is about maximizing the window of our current core. Every rep he takes is a masterclass, and the influence he would have had on our younger receivers would have been a massive bonus. This is the kind of move that changes the math of the game. It isn't just about talent. It is about the fear he strikes into the heart of the opposition. When you have a guy like that, the playbook opens up in ways that other teams can only dream of. We are talking about a total offensive revolution that was right there for the taking. The technical sophistication he brings is something you can't just coach up in a single season. It requires years of elite performance at the highest level. Now we are left wondering, what if, while the rest of the league watches to see if we can maintain our explosive nature without that extra firepower? But it gets worse because the front office is now looking at a move that involves a massive risk that could redefine the franchise's entire future for the next decade. Are you guys feeling the hype, or are you worried about the future? Drop a Rams up in the comments if you believe in the vision. Don't forget to sub so you don't miss the next big update. Les Snead is reportedly considering a maneuver so bold it would go down as one of the most historic jumps in NFL history to land an elite quarterback prospect. We are talking about the kind of draft day fireworks that only happen once in a generation, and the rumors are heating up that we might move up significantly to secure the future. This is a massive risk for the organization because it involves mortgaging a huge chunk of our future assets for a single player who hasn't taken a professional snap yet. But inside the building, the ambition is clear. The leadership believes that to stay relevant in a league dominated by young superstar signal callers, you have to be willing to take the big swing. The names being whispered in the scouting circles are game changers, and the idea of our general manager working the phones to leapfrog the competition has the entire league on high alert. This move would be a statement that we aren't content with just being competitive. We want to dominate for the next 15 years. The cost would be steep, likely multiple first-round picks and more, but this is how dynasties are built in the NFL. You identify your guy, and you go get him, no matter the price. This prospect of a new era at the quarterback position is both thrilling and terrifying for the fan base. It represents a total shift in how we've operated since the Stafford trade. The risk of a bust is always there, but the reward of a true franchise cornerstone is too great to ignore. Our head coach and GM are known for their aggressive nature, and this would be the ultimate culmination of that F them picks mentality. People in LA are used to big stars and big moves, and this fits the Hollywood script perfectly. If this trade happens, it will shake the foundation of the NFC West and put every other team on notice. The draft room is going to be the most intense place on earth when we are on the clock. This is the kind of high-stakes gambling that defines the modern era of professional football. Now think about this. If we land a generational talent at QB while still having our veteran leadership, the transition could be the smoothest the league has ever seen. The current situation for the Los Angeles Rams is a fascinating study in high-stakes roster management and the philosophy of a win-now culture versus long-term stability. On one hand, you have the missed opportunity with DAVANTE Adams, which highlights a rare moment of hesitation from a front office, usually known for its predatory aggression in the trade market. Passing on a player of that caliber suggests that Sean McVay and Les Snead are trying to balance the salary cap while keeping the competitive window open, but it leaves the offense without that ultimate knockout punch. On the other hand, the aggressive rumors regarding a massive draft day trade-up for a quarterback show that the all-in mentality hasn't vanished. It has simply shifted focus toward the future. This creates a complex dynamic where the team is trying to compete for a championship today with Matthew Stafford, while simultaneously preparing for a post-Stafford world by targeting an elite prospect. The success of this strategy hinges entirely on the evaluation of the incoming talent and the ability of the coaching staff to maximize the current roster without the added boost a star like Adams would have provided. If the Rams fail to make a deep run and the draft pick doesn't pan out, this period will be viewed as a massive strategic failure. However, if they land a future star at QB, it will be hailed as a masterclass in franchise transition. The stakes for the 2024 season and beyond have never been higher in Los Angeles. What we are witnessing right now is the most defining moment of the Sean McVay era, and it could go either way. The decision to pass on a superstar like DAVANTE Adams while plotting a historic move in the draft shows a front office that isn't afraid to walk the tightrope between greatness and disaster. This is the kind of bold, high-risk strategy that has made the Rams the most talked-about team in the league for years. Whether you agree with the moves or not, you have to respect the sheer ambition of this organization. They are not here to play it safe. They are here to win titles and change the game. If you are a true fan of this team, you know that the next few months are going to be a wild ride that will determine the future of this franchise for the next decade. This is not just another draft cycle or another trade deadline. This is the moment the next dynasty is born. Stay tuned, stay loud, and let's see if this gamble pays off with another ring. Rams up, LA forever, and we will see you in the next one when the real chaos begins.